Chiropractic treatments are covered under various government health plans. The practitioners would certainly like you to believe that they're effective. I was raised under the belief that it was a true practice. But when one looks at the evidence for the effectiveness of chiropractic treatment versus a similarly administered placebo, for example, or for similar treatments, physiotherapy, for example, we have to ask ourselves, what are we spending our money on? And so this responsible skeptic must ask themselves, where does the science point us to? A quick search of PubMed brings these articles from the Cochrane Database of Systematic Reviews. Compared to other treatments, there was no significant difference in long-term pain. Oh, that's interesting. There was a small effect in short and medium term, but let's see. However, the effect was small, and all studies contributing to these results had a high risk of bias. Interesting. There was no difference in medium and long-term disability. Author's conclusions. However, there is currently no evidence that supports or refutes that these interventions provide a clinically meaningful difference for pain or disability in people with lower back pain when compared with other interventions. I like that. Alright, let's see what else we have. Systematic review of chiropractic management in adults with Whiplash-Associated Disorders. There's a baseline of evidence that suggests chiropractic care improves cervical range of motion and pain in the management of whiplash. However, the level of this evidence relevant to clinical practice remains low and draws on clinical consensus. Personal anecdote time here.
Last night I had the strangest dream.
I've gone for chiropractic care, and yes, it alleviated some short-term pain, but I always found that the next day I felt the exact same as I did before I went to the chiropractor. The plural of anecdote is not data. It's interesting, they always are ready to sign you up for your next treatment. Chiropractic care for patients with asthma. Let's see. More evidence is required before any definitive statements can be made with respect to the clinical effectiveness of chiropractic care for patients with asthma. However, there is some indications that patients experience positive subjective and at times positive objective results while under chiropractic care. See, that's interesting. This is in the New Zealand Medical Journal. Chiropractic claims in the English-speaking world. So in a review of some 200 chiropractor websites and 9 chiropractic associations throughout Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States, they found that 95% of websites made unsubstantiated claims regarding at least one of these conditions. Asthma, headache, migraine, infant colic, ear infection, earache, neck pain, whiplash, none of which were supported by sound evidence, and lower back pain, which is supported by some evidence. In their conclusions, the majority of chiropractors and their associations in the English-speaking world seem to make therapeutic claims that are not supported by sound evidence, while only 28% of chiropractor websites promote lower back pain, which is supported by some evidence. We suggest the ubiquity of unsubstantiated claims constitutes an ethical and public health issue. And we give these people our money. They're supported by my government, the Canadian government. This is woo, people. A sham, witchcraft, pseudoscience, fakery, a scam. What was I thinking? Do you know what they call alternative medicine that works? Medicine.